How's everybody doing out there this morning? I'm starting a three-part series called The Level, the Tape Measure, and the Hammer. First one called The Level. So there are so many different definitions of the word level. Are you on the level? I'm going to level you? You feel a rising level of temperature as the sun gets higher in the sky during the day, and there's a high level of alcohol in his blood, a high or low level of position or rank in your work or in a scale. To make a line or surface horizontal, to make that top flat, or to level a field or level a house. To bring to a common level or plane, having no part higher than one another, it's the same height as someone or something else. For example, his eyes were level with hers. Are you on the level to be honest or truthful? To be frank or honest with someone? When are you going to level with me? Moving on here about tangible levels. In the ancient world, which existed before Noah's flood, would have actually been more technological and culturally advanced than you can possibly imagine. A little bit more about that in my next video. One of the earliest leveling methods was just plain water. Digging a trough, a gutter, or a ditch and filling it with water. And then, then measuring off of the top of that water with the same length sticks, which would provide a level foundation to start a wall. Still water by gravitational pull is perfectly flat and level. Moving ahead, one of the advancements in the ancient world was called the leveling instrument, as shown in this photo. Check it out. This was a leveling device used in making surface levels or right angles to a plumb line. Let's go to the level shop and check it out. This here is a replica of an ancient level, and this is my level shop. So let's start with that today and just see if things are on the level. So to start with, what happens right here is that this is what is made up to make sure that everything is level. There's a plumb bob, as they call it, or like in the old days they called it a bob, and they would make them out of rock or something like that. And how they made the string, I have no idea, but they did that. So here's the whole thing: is that you have two of these that are exactly the same length, and that could be sticks or branches, or they made like kind of crude lumber and stuff at that time when they first invented this stuff. And then they all have to be kind of the same with the plumb bob and then marks. So when they put this system on top of whatever they're doing, their stones that they were laying or whatever, and if it would be off, well then it would be, now this became like degrees off, that they use that as well, but they would know that when they pushed this down with that rock that was hanging there, or plumb bob, that it was perfectly level. And then in doing that, just think about this: the plumb line, as they call it, is always, because of the Earth's gravitational pull, this plumb line is always plumb. It's perfectly straight up and down with the universe, or the Earth, so to speak. And then that way, between that and then the level, that became a perfect square that they could use to square off their stones and things like that as they cut them and made it into stuff, as far as that goes. And then this here is like a mason's line that they would also use. Once they took that off of this stick right here, they could do that with a mason's line for a little bit longer distance. And to do that, the way they did that is that they call this like a measuring line, or the mason's level, so to speak. And then to upgrade here is like this here is just like a little level. It's called the line level. You put it on there, and then you could just move that line up and down, watch that level in the middle, and that's perfectly level right there, as you can see. Nowadays there are devices consisting of a sealed glass tube partially filled with alcohol or other liquid containing an air bubble, whose position reveals whether the surface is perfectly level or plumb. Let's go back to the level shop. Welcome back to the shop. Right now we have a more recent level. Basically, I just bought this a few years back, and that's basically what you use to do what we just showed you here a little bit ago. And then there's all kinds of different kinds that you can get. Pretty nice. And this one here is an antique, but it's still similar. I mean, it still has the bubble in there, and this bubble here is really good, and things really accurate. And of course, I like this one. I can use this all the time in my work. So just, you know, in the more modern level. Then came the laser. Whew, what an amazing technological advancement. Let's check it out at the level shop. Okay, we're back, folks, again, and talking about laser levels, which is like really cool. I mean, they have different styles of lasers. This one here, you have to definitely use these. If you don't, boy, you're in trouble. I mean, they turn you into the federal government if you don't wear these things. But this right here is one of the first models of the laser, and what it does is it does a great job on making sure everything is level. But one of the things here, you have to adjust this completely. I mean, this here does not self-adjust as far as what this one does, which is, this is my favorite level of all time. I mean, the thing is just amazing. And it does, one of the things it does right away is that, I mean, I don't know if you can see that or not right there, but this here is self-leveling, so you don't have to dink around with this thing and just try to figure out at a distance to make sure that it's level, because you have to basically set up a line level with this thing in order to be level. And the laser is straight, but I mean, it could be in any different direction, whereas this one here is just amazing. I mean, it's just always plumb and it's always level. Now let's talk about biblical meanings or uses of the word level in the Bible. Most of the verses in the Bible with the word level refers to a path or pathways or level you to the ground. You don't want to be on that side of it, I'll guarantee you that. So in Isaiah 28:17, and I will make justice the measuring line. Now we looked at the measuring line just a few minutes ago. Okay, so, and I will make justice the measuring line and righteousness of the mason's level. Hail will sweep away the false refuge, and water will flood your hiding place. You don't want to be on that side of that one either. Isaiah 45:2, I will go before you and level the uneven places. I will shatter the bronze doors and cut the iron bars in two. You know, my life a little over 12 years ago was not on the level, wasn't even close, believe me. The day I stood in that field and asked God to help me, He leveled all the obstacles in front of me, and He made my path level. My pathway into heaven was made level. If you feel that you need to level your life and that you need all the obstacles in front of you leveled and your pathway made straight, come to Beauty Vineyard. We'll help you with that. That's it, folks. Have a great day.